Good morning, my dear students of Standard 9. I, J. Kumar, once again before you with today's topic. And topic already you can see on the board. I have written discovery of anode rays or canal rays. Students, in my last video, I discussed before you about cathode rays. As you learn tomorrow, cathode rays are made of negatively charged electron. So cathode rays are a stream of negatively charged electrons. Students, today we will see about anode rays. Students, anode rays were detected by another discharge tube experiment changing a perforated cathode. Changing a perforated cathode. A perforated cathode is the metal electrode which have some holes. Due to having holes, this is said as perforated cathode. So students, to detect the anode rays in discharge tube, perforated cathode was used in place of simple cathode. And students, using perforated cathode, once again at low pressure of gas inside the discharge tube, when high volt electricity was passed, then this time just behind the perforated cathode near the wall of discharge tube, a reddish flickering glow was observed. The cause of this reddish glow was estimated that some invisible rays towards anode come and by passing through the holes of perforated cathode strike the wall of the discharge tube and produce the reddish glow. Students, these rays which were detected from the holes of perforated cathode was named as anode rays or canal rays. Anode rays or canal rays. Now the next challenge before the scientist was to know the properties of anode rays. So to know the properties of anode rays, again experiments were performed, and from those experiments the properties of anode rays was found out, which are as follows. First property, anode rays travel in straight lines, Why in a straight line? Because on the way of anode rays, when some opaque object was placed, it was seen that these rays cast shadow of that opaque object. From this it was concluded that anode rays also travel in straight lines like cathode rays. Second property, this time a light paddle wheel was placed on the way of anode rays and was found that the light paddle wheel started rotating. From this it was concluded that these rays are also made of some mass particles. Some mass particles. Third property was detected when anode rays were passed in an electric field. In electric field, it was seen that anode rays bend towards the negative end of the electric field. From this, it was concluded that these rays are made of some positively charged particles. Some positively charged particles. Bending towards the negative end of these rays inside the discharge tube clearly indicates that these rays are made of some positively charged particles. Now, students, the charge to mass ratio for these particles which constitute anode rays was measured, and the charge to mass ratio which is expressed as E by M ratio, the charge to mass ratio for the particles which constitute anode rays was measured maximum in case of hydrogen gas. Students, one difference between cathode rays and anode rays you must know. In case of cathode rays, the E by M ratio for the particles which constitute cathode rays was found constant in case of different gases inside the discharge tube. But in case of anode rays, the E by M ratio was measured different in case of different gases. And in case of hydrogen gas, it was found maximum. The charge on the particles which constitute anode rays was also measured separately, and the charge on positively charged particle, but the magnitude, not charge, you should say the magnitude of charge, on positively charged particle was measured at 1.6 multiplied 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, which is same as negatively charged electron which constitutes cathode rays. The only difference is that this magnitude of charge is for positively charged particle. So this is plus 1.6 multiplied 10 to the power minus 19, and in case of cathode rays it was minus 1.6 multiplied 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Students, after measuring charge on positively charged particle which constitute anode rays, the mass was calculated for these particles, and this mass was calculated as the mass of positively charged particle was measured as 1.67 multiplied 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So students, the positively charged particles which constitute anode ray, the mass of that particle is 1.67 multiplied 10 to the power minus 24 gram, and charge is 1.6 multiplied 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Now students, the most important thing regarding this ray, here you can see I have written the E by M ratio for the particles which constitute anode ray was measured maximum in case of hydrogen gas. Now students, you can think upon it, in what case the E by M value will be maximum. Certainly when the value of M is minimum. When the value of M is minimum, then the value of E by M will be maximum. So students, as in case of hydrogen gas, the E by M value was maximum. So from this it was concluded that the positively charged particle which comes out through hydrogen gas is the lightest positively charged particles, and this lightest positively charged particle was named as proton by Goldstein. This lightest positively charged particle was named as proton by Goldstein, and this positively charged particles was found to present in all gases when taken in the discharge tube and passed a high volt electricity through them. So students, the positively charged particle which constitutes anode ray was named as proton by Goldstein. So here note the positively charged particle, the positively charged particle, the positively charged particle, the positively charged particle which constitutes anode ray were named as proton by Goldstein. And this positively charged particle is also universal constituent of all matter. So my dear students, from discharge to experiment, it became clear that an atom is no more indivisible, but it is divisible, and it is made of some subatomic particles which are electron and proton. So these two types of particles constitute an atom. It became clear from the discharge productive. Okay, so students, this is all for today, and in my next video, once again, I will be before you with some new topic. Till then, goodbye. Thank you very much.